Hi there, students. To elope to Gretna Green. What do I mean? What am I talking about? Well, I will define the word elope in a bit, but first of all, I'm going to explain this idea of to elope to Gretna Green. Okay, let's see. In 1754 in the UK, in England, there was a law which was passed which stopped anybody under the age of 21 getting married without their parents' consent. Yeah. So couples that used to want to get married because they were under 21 and their parents didn't approve of them getting married, then people would elope to Gretna Green. Now, Gretna Green is a place on the border of Scotland and England. It's actually in Scotland, and in Scotland the law was different, and you didn't have to have your parents' permission. I think later you didn't have to have your parents' permission if you were over 16. So people used to elope to Gretna Green. Yeah, so they used to run away from home and go to Gretna Green in order to get married. Notice in Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Lydia Bennet and George Wickham say that they're going to elope to Gretna Green, although later they're found cohabiting in London, but cohabiting, living together and not married. They were living together in London. But this is the idea of to elope to Gretna Green, to run away so that you can get married to somebody who your parents disapprove of and say you can't do this. Yeah. So their parents did not consent to them getting married, so they just eloped to Gretna Green. Okay, and this is Gretna Green. It's a place where people traditionally ran away to get married. Now let's look at the verb to elope. Okay, firstly, to elope. The traditional meaning of this word is to run away to get married somebody, to run away secretly and get married. But in this case, you have to not be married. If somebody's married, they can elope with their lover. This just means run away and go and live with them. So Lord Fauntleroy eloped with the housemaid. Yeah, they ran off and lived together. Yeah. Okay, so to elope. Nowadays, you can actually also use this verb to elope, talking about to elope from a mental asylum. Somebody who's locked up in a mental asylum elope. So there have been various elopements from the local mental asylum. Yeah, people have walked out. Nowadays, though, this idea of running away to get married because your parents disapprove, well, you just get married, yeah, and there's no law that's going to actually stop you. And there's actually a trend to use this word to elope, meaning to have a very small marriage, to have a very small wedding party, not to invite the 20 million people that you have to invite. Yes, and we've got to invite Aunt Dora's uncle's girlfriend as well. Oh, and don't forget, yeah, and you end up inviting 1 million people, yeah, and it ends up being a wedding for the financially insane. I quite like that phrase. So to elope is just to have a very small private wedding party, yeah, instead of inviting 1 million guests. And I think, personally, I think that's much more sensible. Okay, so to elope, to run away secretly in order to get married. yeah, or if you're married, just to go off and live together. Yeah, so yeah, the he eloped with his girlfriend and left his wife wondering what had happened to him. Um, th but in a historical context, the two youngsters eloped to Gretna Green to get married because it's the only place where they could do it legally. Okay, so to run away secretly, but more generally to run away from your spouse with your lover. His wife eloped with the milkman. Yeah, they ran away. Maybe they eloped to Gretna Green to live in Gretna Green. I think that's probably more the idea nowadays. So there you go. To elope to Gretna Green. Ooh, formality. To elope. I would give this word a 6 in formality. In an informal conversation, certainly not with the traditional meaning. In a semi-formal conversation, just about. Although the use of the word elope, meaning to have a small wedding, I think you could, I would probably give it a 5 in formality. So to elope to Gretna Green, and then as to the origin of elope, it comes from Anglo-Norman, Norman French, Elope, to abduct or to run away. So there you go, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. To elope to Gretna Green.